Hi, I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team again from 𝕊𝕍𝕇 Marketing Specialist. I'm here once again with Katie Henry from Amerifirst, and we're going to be talking a little bit today about pre-approval letters. So Katie, we always recommend to our buyers before they even go out looking at homes, the first thing they need to do is go ahead and get pre-approved. I understand you guys have a little lace up your sleeve when it comes to that. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, so in today's competitive market, I understand that it's very hard to get an offer accepted. So what we are now doing at Amerifirst is that if we have somebody who's in the pre-approval phase, if they can provide us with all of their documents up front, we can go ahead and submit them to an underwriter for a full review by a live underwriter, not just an automated underwriting system, which is what most pre-approval letters state. So in this case, a physical human being underwriter will review their file and provide a loan commitment up front without a contract, without a sales contract. So we're calling it a TBD approval right now.
Absolutely.
And then basically what the benefit is that now when you go to submit your offer for your buyer, you're providing the listing agent with an actual loan commitment. So at that point, all we would need is a sales contract, title work, and an appraisal if needed, if we don't get an appraisal waiver. So it can allow us to close that loan in a much shorter time frame, sometimes within a 2-week period compared to a 30-day contract.
Excellent. I would imagine that's pretty much as close to cash as you can get for a financed offer?
Yes, that is the thing. It is very comparable to a cash offer because, like I said, we already have a loan commitment.
Awesome. So guys, definitely take advantage of that. If you are making offers and you want to separate yourselves in this tough buyer's market at the moment, that's an excellent way to separate your offer from the rest of the pack. What would someone have to provide to you guys in order to go ahead and get qualified for something like that?
So essentially what we need in order to submit the file to an underwriter is just basic borrower documents. So we need a color copy of driver's license. We also need 2 years of W-2s. We need 1 month of pay stubs, and we need 2 months of most recent bank statements. Now, if the borrower or buyer is self-employed or a 1099 employee, we do require 2 years of their most recent tax returns.
Okay, but pretty simple stuff for most people to get hold of.
It's a very basic list, and most people already have it on hand.
Absolutely. So much less complicated than most people would think, I'm sure.
Yes.
Now, what about if someone's already gone ahead and got pre-approved through somebody else and you go ahead and try and pull that again and pull their credit? Is that going to ding their credit?
No, so that's kind of a myth. A lot of people think that their credit is going to be negatively impacted by another lender pulling their credit. Essentially, there's a very specific 2-week window where any lender can pull credit in a 2-week window, and we are all going to see the same credit score.
Okay.
So as long as it's in that time frame, it's good. Even if it exceeds that time frame, it's not going to hurt their credit as much as people think it will.
Okay. Now, I know when we talk to people on the phone, they always say they have excellent credit, of course, but sometimes when we send them to you, it turns out that's not necessarily the case. What seems to be the disconnect there?
Sure, I think a lot of people are checking their credit on free apps, which many of us have on our phones, like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame. There's tons of them out there. The thing to consider, though, or keep in mind, and what we have to explain all the time, is that those apps don't take into consideration anything in collections. If there's a bankruptcy or a foreclosure on their credit report that they don't recall or that happened a few years ago.
Okay.
So a credit report pulled by a lender is much more thorough than what you're seeing. And so a lot of people think that their credit went down because the lender pulled credit, whereas essentially they're never seeing the true credit score to begin with.
Okay, so that makes sense. So a great place to start, but don't necessarily rely on it 100%
Correct.
when you're applying for your loan.
Yes.
So guys, hopefully you learned something today about the pre-approval process and even the benefits of going an extra step further to separate your offer in this very competitive market. On behalf of myself and Katie Henry, thank you very much for watching.